TOMz.
Sanibonani dumelanga abshedi Mzansi sanamukela futhi kosiqaphelisana kakhulu teenagers on a mission right to SABC 1 we're live and TV at Uno.
And this is the Genius Sia namhlanje we're learning all about the amazing world of the economy.
The economy is based on production as well as use. Now abanye abantu ke kumele benze ke noma basebenzisa ama resources athile in order to make something basebenzeni bedayisa and then we can use it.
You guys are watching us through a television right about now. Lord, TV had to be made by someone, had to be bought by someone in order for us to enjoy this kind of communication.
That is the forms of all the economies buffet too. Now siyazi ke ukuthi kahle abanye abantu yazibenza libona bayenza badayise bese abanye bayathenga basebenzise kodwa ke abanye abantu are actually both.
Exactly. So namhlanje ke sifunda kabanzi about the amazing world of the economy and why it's so important for Tina to make products in order to sell to the rest of the world. Are you guys ready?
Yes!
Let's get it!
Here's what's coming up on today's episode of TOMz. Hlangana with the team who decided to make it happen in Mzansi. See how they created a business that serves our own communities and how that impacts Mzansi. Tell kabanzi why it's important for us to create products in South Africa. Discover more about South Africa's rich economic history. See which economies will dominate in future. And test yourself with our awesome quiz. Sambe! Alright, this is the very time where we get to interact with you guys via our social media pages. How can you make some extra pocket money? On Facebook, I actually sell amagwenya before school. Very, very nice. Okay, very nice. Perfect. To keep those comments coming in on Facebook and on Twitter. On Facebook, we are www.facebook.com/TOMz. On Twitter, we are at TOMz_SABC_1. Alright, sanibonani bafethu, we've heard what you guys had to say on social media. Now it's high time ukuthi kahle abangani bethu esikoleni bona bacabangani. Problema siswami lana siswami njani?
Ngiyaphila kanjani?
Ngiyaphila nami. Ubani igama lakho?
Busisiwe Sishinga.
Namhlanje sikhuluma nge-economy ne. Cela ungitshela ukuthi kahle wena bucabanga yini i-economy?
Economy isimo somnotho semali yala eSouth Africa.
I think economy is basically what the money that the country has or owns.
Now why it's important for us as Mzansi ukuthi senze ama products alana eMzansi siphinde siwadayise?
So that we can create more jobs for people here and destroy unemployment and to make money for our own country.
So that obviously we can improve our economy since economy is bad because like we have like few jobs and most youth like matric, after that we have no jobs.
So we're going to take a look at this very simple example and see how it all plays out.
If umuntu has a skill or ability to create something that others want, they can contribute to the economy. For instance, if a team of young people decide to make an animated movie, they use their resources and talents to create, market, and sell it. Now in this process, they create business for other companies like those that sell paper or snacks, and they also make their very own chelete. Now this income helps to build communities and the country as a whole. Before the European settlers arrived in Mzansi in the 15th century, the economy was driven mostly by subsistence agriculture and hunting. Now, in some parts of the country, livestock farming was the order of the day and wealth was measured based on cattle ownership. When the mining trade exploded, Mzansi quickly became the place to be for work and trading with other countries blossomed. Our economy has grown so much since then that Mzansi has seen investments of billions of rand into the country. Washa! Now, we often refer to notes as paper money.
Most notes are actually made from linen, cotton, paper.
Alright, crazy fact, right? Now you tell us what's on our Facebook and Twitter pages while we take a quick commercial break. So we invite you.
TOMz.
Alright, Mzansi sesibuyile nisabukele TOMz watching SABC 1 we're live and TV 1.
Absolutely, guys. Stylish. He's stylish, né? Well, these days. But anyway, the clothes that he's wearing, he didn't make himself, of course. Umtu had to make them somewhere else in the world, right?
Yeah, no, qinisile kodwa ke ishade angiyitholi.
I mean, you didn't make the clothes though.
Yeah, ukwenza impahla lana eMzansi ke uthi uzenze khona la ube within the sphere of Mzansi is so imperative for our economy. If you're wondering how and why, well, guess what? You're just about to discover something just so amazing. So check it out. I was keep up with my Mzansi usiyosefikile yet again on a mission namhlanje sikhuluma ngani sidle godin aw savale islam baboy ayibona lento namhlanje ke sothola kabantu kahle kahle umuntu bethi into i-homemade usuke achaza ukuthini namhlanje ke sobehlangana nosomashishini usomabhizinisi within izinto sibothi kahle kahle yena ngasichazela kabanzi inkalento yayiqalile asambeni.
I'll wait. We're going to sharp man.
See ya.
Oh, fantastic, Cabello.
Nice to meet you, man.
KVK Uncultured.
Welcome to TOMz.
Welcome to our home.
So my guy, let's take it from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I want to know what uthando lakho for izimfashoni or ukwenza izinto ezi-homemade iqale.
I've always, well, I think I have to thank my family, my mom, my brothers. I've always observed, you know, my immediate environment in terms of how people used to dress, and I enjoyed it. You know, something that I naturally just went into in terms of, you know, first love. And I grew up with, you know, with fashion, following like all, you know, major fashion labels from, you know, the Versace's of this world, right, so to unknown street brands, and it's something that, you know, I followed and also somehow created my own, you know, in a way, customize my own stuff. You know, I would take, you know, some Gucci stuff that I'd buy and then cut it somehow, and you know, because I would, you know, enjoy it that way. So it's something that I grew, you know, enjoying, and I suppose it was just a natural progression for me to go into fashion. And fashion is quite cool because fashion makes you feel, and fashion makes you, you know, walk in a certain way. So you almost behave differently when you're dressed, you know, in certain, you know, attires, and psychologically, emotionally, you just become a different person just because of how you look.
So why is it important that we create izinto here to sell both in Mzansi and overseas? For starters, it creates imisebenzi lana eMzansi, which makes it possible for more people to take care of themselves and support their families. Now this also means our country has more income. Now if Mzansi has more income, we can build more infrastructure like roads and power stations, and we can also have better public services. Now more income means better services, which means more people will be able to make an income. So uqale la le KVK Uncultured. Mina ngifuna ukwazi usikahle kahle amapha ama challenges obhekane nawo when uzama ukuyiqala off the ground.
I mean, you know, it's the barriers of entry are quite high. You're entering into a mature market where there's so many players. So obviously you almost have to bring something different. You almost have to think different. And that's when, Tina, when we came in, we are not targeting specific individuals. We are targeting a mindset that is, you know, heavy on change, a mindset that wakes up and wants to frequently do things differently, which is why we have like frequent exclusive stuff. It's not one of the mill mass-produced stuff. It's little things, you know. It's custom stuff that we bring into the market for a particular mindset.
So mina ngifuna ukwazi nebhuti wami ukuthi kahle kahle, why is it important for abantu balana eMzansi ukuthi baqale izinto zabo noma amashishini abo locally? Yeah.
I mean, it's fashion. It's behavior. It's a way of behavior, and behavior is the way you behave and the way you speak, the way you address the world out there. It's based. It's you as a product of your own environment, and local thinking is quite important. You can't globalize how people behave towards each other. There is no universal language, well, except music and and all sorts of things. But even in music, there's certain things that can only be understood from a local perspective. And fashion is one of those things that, in as much as it has an ability to unite the world, it is for that ability to unite the world that fashion speaks to individuals. Yet it is understood by so many. So it's very important that when we came in, we wanted to obviously localize the thinking with a global perspective to say it can only be attractive to the next person if it has a South African feel. So people are not buying a universal globular feel or global feel. People are buying a local feel that is unique to their perspective. And it's always very important when you launch something, you come in with something that is only local. There's people who travel the world just to come and eat mogodu because it's not available in the United States. Exactly, because that's something that people take pride in. So we need to take pride in ourselves. So when you start something, you need to start something that can only be understood in your own background, but have a global appeal. Global appeal means people being attracted to what you have to offer simply because they do not have it, but they would like to have it. Take pride in this. So when local people take pride in it, what do? They go to the world and say, oh, by the way, there's this dry meat called biltong. Have you tried it? It can only be found where? In South Africa. There's this amazing mixture of mango and a whole lot of spices and herbs. It's only available in South Africa. What do you call it? We call it acha. Oh, we'd like to try it, and people will travel miles. And that's the type of direction that we wish to do with KVK culture.
Mzansi has many riches that make it easier for us to sell to the world. We are the world's second largest producer of gold and a net exporter of farming products. What does net exporter mean? Now it actually means we export more of something than we import it. Now, for example, if I say we're a net exporter of farming products, it means we sell more farming products to the rest of the world than we actually buy from them.
So word of mouth does play a very huge role in promoting one's business.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially small business. I mean, we don't have the billions and the millions to put up billboards and have television ads and stuff like that. So it's very important that you create a big impact from day one. The hype, the reason why people should say, did you hear about those guys? And the only way that people will say, did you hear about those guys, is when you actually bring in something that someone is sitting there and thinking about it, but when they look at it, they're like, oh wow, I could have done that. Why didn't I think of that? And they go and tell the next person, and the next person tells the next person. Before you know it, you've got something that's appealing and can also sustain you as an entrepreneur, because there's a lot of people that fall off, because they're bringing in something and they don't have the ability to sustain, that particular offering. So it's very important that if you come in and you feel a gap, that gap must be sustainable. What does that mean? Obviously, from a product lifecycle point of view, you got an introduction. What you're seeing now, what your viewers are going to be looking now, the introduction, KVK culture. These are the people, this is the authority, this is the credibility that we bring into the market. And then they buy the first t-shirt, whatever experience that they have with the first t-shirt, they're like, okay, I think I can buy the denim. And then obviously, the more you have now, that's how you create your core market. And so, okay, this is our core market now. They've bought into the whole idea. But you can, for example, cannot sell, if you look behind you now, let's say, for example, you've got one of the stuff is a camo shirt. You cannot have a camo shirt all throughout the year. If they bought into the camo shirt and they like what you bring in, they like your different feel, it's within your owners now to bring in and innovate and grow upon that growth. That's how you sustain yourself, because the minute you start bringing in a whole lot of art, the same things over and over again, that's what people in the market call complacency. You become complacent and people stop enjoying your stuff. It's very important for you to keep innovating. Now, KVK culture, the innovation, it's a weekly process. It's high rotation, exclusivity. It comes in all the time. I think that, so we almost we've given ourselves the challenge of reaching a plateau every week. So every week when you come here, it's not a dull moment. There will be something fresh and new for you.
Hashem, umsebenzi wethu futhi ne-economy is actually like one big circle. Yonke into is connected and needs to be in order for everything to work.
In order to sell to the rest of the world. Tell us on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll see you on the flip side of this.
TOMz. TOMz.
Clap, boom, clap, boom, clap, boom, clap. Okay, stop. I actually do it better when I'm doing it alone. Anyway, namukele TOMz right on SABC One, we're live and TV are one. Namhlanje sithetha nge-economy.
Yeah, now friends, the economy is an interconnected web where everything you do affects the country, not just the country, but the rest of the world.
Mzansi, that is why it's so important for Tina to make products just like these peeps do. Woo! Look at that.
See you very corner.
Okay.
So mina ngifuna ukwazi finally isitolo sakho yasilontsha. How did you do it?
Well, I think obviously we had to choose the right environment for that particular mindset to be attracted to the product that we bring into the market. So what we did, we again, sourced the knowledge of a very amazing guy, O'Brien. He came through, we sat down and we said, Guy, this is what we want to do. We've got the store, we've got the environment, we know where to find the people, 27 boxes, amazing center, even the concept of 27 boxes is just too great. And these are the kind of spots that we are looking for future growth and distribution. He came through and said, listen, small budget, this is how we can create a big bang with little that we have. The big idea is to, create an impact, come up with what are you bringing into the market, and let's allow you to tell your story from the beginning. But before you tell your story, send your story to the people. So what we did, we sent our story to media before we launched the store. So already media was quite interested in hearing about the product before we could even launch the product, which was quite cool because people were like, we kept them in anticipation in terms of people saying, when are you opening, when are you opening? And eventually, when you invited the media and say the store is ready, guess what? 1,000 people come through and say, okay, now we're ready to. So it was a very brilliantly done strategic work, I think, from our side as well.
All right, Mzansi, there you have it. Always, man, remember, push local, do local, and support local. Because why? Local is lekker, mafethu. I'm feeling rather uncultured from your boy, Usia. Mission accomplished. I'm out of here. Alrighty, mafethu, got this in Duangu. Okay, it's time to put your knowledge to the test with our TOMz quiz challenge. You too can join in on the fun on Facebook and on Twitter. No, slide on the DMs. That's with the TOMz. I'm going to go within get email on tomz@sabc.co.za. With that being said, mafethu, the TOMz quiz challenge. So you guys know that you are very special to us, and that's why we namhlanje East Bank High School Alexandra baba. Now uyazibonela ngizimisele futhi nesidwadlo ngisidlile to have some fun with you guys as we explore the amazing world of science and technology. Sisithe lights, sisithe camera, sisithe action. I hope you guys are ready for the ultimate edutainment. Sithokozela impendulo zabo bafethu saphiyoza nabo emva kwalokho ngamagaya eincwadi that will empower the learners and leave them motivated. Nale incwadi lezi can also assist the learners with career guidance, as this is the time to be thinking about your future. Number 59, but TOMz wouldn't be TOMz without a dance-off challenge. We learn and have fun. Lana Bafetu a TOMz. Alright, Mzansi, welcome to our TOMz quiz challenge bafethu. Namhlanje silana East Bank High School. Now you can play along on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Noma ke umufuni TOMz isikoleni sakho. All you have to do is simply email us on tomz@sabceducation.co.za. So test the knowledge bafethu with the TOMz quiz challenge, where you saw team A winning the first round. Uma uyithola right, uthola 10 points. Uma ungayazi impendulo yakho ungabuza abantu bakhe emuva ne. Uma bekutshela impendulo you only get 5 points. You guys got that, ne? Cool stuff. Let's play the TOMz quiz challenge and let's get our first question. What does it mean to be a net exporter? Is it A, you import more of a product than you export it? Is it B, you export more of a product than you import it? Is it C, you have great public transportation? D, you only sell products to certain countries? All right, Team A was first on that buzzer. What's your answer?
B.
You say your answer is B, you export more of a product than you import it. Cool. Let's find out if that is the correct answer. The correct answer is B! Congrats to Team A for making it this far. You guys are no longer a team, unfortunately. Nah? And as a knockout challenge, the first person to hit the buzzer gets to answer the question. Should you get it right, you move right along to the next challenge. You guys got that? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so Solene, our knockout question. Why is it important for a country to manufacture products on home soil? A, it creates jobs. B, it builds the economy. C, it helps families support themselves financially. D, all of the above. My sister, you were first.
D.
So your answer is D, all of the above. D, all of the above. Congratulations, Siswami. Unfortunately, you guys have been knocked out. Congratulations, Bafethu, to Unoko for Sofegwa. This is what we call the TOMz Speed Round Master. How are you feeling?
I'm excited.
You're excited, eh? We then move to the second round where Unoko Famakrinene, a grade 12 learner, knocked out everyone and made it through to the last round to play the Speed Round Master. I guess morning if she'll be able to crack the pyramid puzzle. 34 seconds gone on the clock, Bafethu. Basam. A minute gone on the clock, Bafethu. A minute to go. Sambe, almost there. A minute 30 seconds gone, Bafethu on the clock. Hey son, I'm sorry, Siswami. Ikshayile, got the better luck next time. Now go lapeka for TOMz. All you have to do is simply drop us an email on tomz@sabceducation.co.za. And who knows, your school might be next. How are you feeling though? What happened there?
I'm really feeling sad, you know. I wanted to get it right.
You wanted to get it right?
Yes, yeah.
But don't worry, one thing you got right though.
Oh, I would like to say hello to my mom and dad, my siblings, and everyone who knows me.
Hi, Kiba Gang, it says Fundeka Banzi about the importance of the economy here too. Let's get to check so yeah, yo.
Okopeshe predicts that by 2020, the countries on top of the economy will include Japan and Mexico. Climate change policies will have a huge effect on countries' economies. More investments will be made in technologies like augmented reality. As we have more data, economies in the first world will grow, but so will emerging markets like Africa and India, which are expected to explode. Alright, Mzansi, that's where we leave it for today. Thank you so much for tuning into TOMz. Khona lana SABC 1. We're live and TV R1. Angazukhalelani ngoba mina ngikuthulisa xa sifuna ukuthulisa kodwa sikhola apho bafethu. Uma usafuna ukuba TOMz, all you have to do is simply hit us up on Facebook. We are TOMz, on Twitter at TOMZ_SABC_Uno.
You can also visit us on our website here, guys, www.sabceducation.4/TOMZ.co.za. And Zazi, guys, got the emotional man.
Chini. Bye, guys. And then,
I don't know.
Here's what's coming up next time on TOMz.
It's about how the impossible became possible for a man who once gave it a try. So look about how he makes the most incredible figures from scratch and how that has changed his life. Let's go back in time to see where mascots started out and see how well you paid attention in our TOMz quiz.
Oh my gosh, I will do TOMz every Thursdays and Fridays at 2:30 SABC 1. We're live and TV are on.